as somebody who just kind of fell by accident, passing through.
Slow somebody, maybe a little Chris Hemsworth.
I've seen 1,000 times.
I love that movie.
Heat and many others. And you know, you hear Michael talk, you see the footage, you've seen his films, and there's no one that does the precision and detail like him. And so to work with someone like that and have that body of knowledge and information was just the best experience I could have had.
Is it ever intimidating at all, or?
Yeah, absolutely. Every day.
You scared
I'd come to Michael sometimes and I'd say, you know, I was thinking maybe I could say this or this instead, and look at him and he'd just look at me and I go, yeah, maybe not. We can just leave it. Exactly the way you wrote it was probably perfect. So, yeah, it's a luxury though. You know, you don't get someone who does. I've never seen this kind of research. You know, we went to a number of prisons to meet criminals and people who live in this world.
We had one day it started at 4 a.m. at U.S. Steel in Gary, Indiana, because Chris's character is the son of a steel worker who got into MIT on a scholarship. That's all backstory. It's not in the film. Yeah. Then later in that day, still dirty from the steel mill, we went to the Chicago Board of Trade, where things get hacked once in a while. And from there, we went to Statesville Prison, where National Born Killers was shot. If you remember that cylindrical place, and that was a normal day of prep.
Yeah.
You went to all types of really weird locations. That's
Yeah, we did about 74 scenes in four countries in 66 days.
in 6 days?
66.
Oh, 66 days.
66
days. Oh my God. So tell me a little bit about your character, Nick Hathaway, because you're no stranger to action, but he's a different type of action. He's more methodical and thoughtful.
Yeah, there's an intelligence this guy has that is kind of unmatched to a lot of people in his world as far as the cyber world goes. He came from a working class background and was working in a steel mill, as Michael said, and had this kind of knowledge and this ability, and then fell into cybercrime and ended up on the wrong side of the law. And when we meet him in the film, he's pulled into a situation where they need his assistance because of the skills he has, and all of a sudden he has an advantage from where he was in the past.
Now you guys started shooting around the time of WikiLeaks and
Right.
Edward Snowden, when that all started erupting. So how, we touched about a little bit on it before, but how do you feel that the film reflects the age we're living in today?
We started researching this and started working together, and I got to say that aside from being a terrific actor who's going to have a great career that's just beginning, he's also a terrific guy, and a real regular fellow. And stuff that's in the headlines today was stuff that we kind of researched from our sources in Washington and other places about 2 years ago. And so it's all kind of breaking. It is the world we live in. We live in this world of kind of this exoskeleton of the internet and connectedness, and everything is totally porous, and that's for everybody. That is fearful, and that's kind of where a lot of our drama happens. We landed in Hong Kong one day before Edward Snowden flew from China to Moscow.
Oh wow. That's yeah. I mean, we're in an age now where literally you don't even realize what you put up there, but anybody can find out where you're married, where you're located, if my kids you have, your kids' names. It's terrifying.
That was I think the big appeal or the fascination. Yeah, with Chris.
Yeah, Chris.
Well, I had a guy, a mathematician, possibilities, what you think is safe and the information you think is a secret isn't. And I was talking to this guy about what's possible. He said, yeah, I could just hack into your computer, through this network and pull out all your photos and all your information if I wanted, or I could switch on the camera into your computer or your phone and look at what's going on. And you start to sort of understand the possibilities, and all of a sudden I was like, that's it, I'm getting rid of my computer and I'm turning my phone off and don't have Wi-Fi on.
Put it on the camera. Chris was, when we worked with us, he got his PhD from UCLA, and he wanted to go to, he wanted to meet a girl. So he
the other Chris, this is not me, by the way.
And he had hacked into a dating service and picked the girls he liked and became the ideal male for about 35 of those girls. And went
That's why I got that email. What?
Yes. He said he hacked into his website and worked out what was it that made the ideal profile the most consistent one, and he said it was a person holding a child looking away from camera. And I said, oh, so you don't have a kid, so did you make your profile pic with someone else's kid? He said, no, I used an animal. And I was like, surely that's got to be different in some way, send a different message. But he did this thing, hacked in, all of a sudden went from having one coffee date a week to like 10 dates a day, and had to schedule just like brief meetings and things, and had the most dateable guy on his website, all through hacking the system.
You can't blame him, but that is creepy. That is creepy. I mean, thumbs up guy, but also weird, a little terrifying. So the movie comes out January 16th of next year. Thank you guys so much for coming. Guys,